Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Revive. Today I'm here to talk about the positive and negative effects of social media. I'm going to just take you through a quick 10-year timeline of how social media started, how people ended up having smartphones and iPhones in their pockets, and then just go from there. So at around 2011, 2012 was when most people had smartphones and iPhones in their pockets. And this was when social media really started to serve its purpose. This is when it really started to get its hooks into people. And at the time, we all thought it was a really great thing. And it still is a really great thing, where, you can, you have the App Store, you can go on Facebook, you can go on Instagram, you can get an Uber, you can order food, you can order anything off of Amazon, it'll come straight to your house. So it has served a really great purpose. Many people have started businesses because of social media. Many people have started multi-million-dollar industries because of social media. Many people have found lifelong friends because of social media. Some people have even found the love of their life using a dating app. It's very rare, but it happens. So all in all, social media has made our lives better. It has served a great purpose. But then when you take it from 2012 until I want to say 2016, 2017 was when all these different movements and causes started to take root because of all of this widespread information that we have readily available at our fingertips. I'm going to just go ahead and throw you guys one of them right now, which is the Me Too movement. I like the idea of the Me Too movement because it supposedly its purpose is to protect and to defend women against predators, against men that want to take advantage of somebody who is smaller and weaker and maybe doesn't know any better. Men that want to either sexually harass, abuse, or even to a more extreme, rape women. We should always protect women. We should always come at a woman's defense if she is in fact being truthful and honest with the public, or with just anybody in her life. But the problem that I've seen, the most common issue that I've seen with the Me Too movement is that it really isn't out to serve its purpose. Much like the Black Lives Matter movement, its only intent is to cause turmoil. It's to make people upset. It's to make people angry, because the more upset people are, and the angrier that people get, it's profitable. These movements and causes have made upwards of close to $1 billion just getting people all riled up and upset and angry and furious. And the issue that I take with the Me Too movement is that all these different women have just started coming out of the woodwork saying that this guy did this to me, this guy raped me, this guy was just looked at me funny, this guy was inappropriate with me 20 or 30 years ago, and I'm just now out of nowhere making claims and making false accusations against this guy, even though he didn't do anything wrong. So that's the only issue that I've been having a really hard time with, because now you've got most of the young men in our society will not date. They will not go up to a woman and ask her out, or just even to go up and talk to her, because most young men now have this irrational fear that if they go up and talk to a woman, that he might be perceived as being aggressive or being creepy. So, I mean, that right there is already, a major contributing factor to, the depopulation crisis that we're having in this country, because the less men that we have that are, going to, like, let's say, going to a club, or just going to a gym, or going to church and asking a woman out. There's less and less men doing that, and now, people aren't really dating. People aren't getting married. People aren't having kids. So that's a really huge problem. But then when you take it from 2017 until 2022, this is a very major milestone, because around early to mid 2022 was when businesses, churches, bars, clubs all opened up at a 100% capacity without any COVID restrictions, without any mask mandates, and everybody was just cheering, going, yay, everything's opened up, we can finally go back to normal, we can finally go back to our lives. But we haven't gone back to normal. We don't communicate with each other the way that we used to. We are more hyper vigilant than we've ever been. We are more addicted to these phones than we've ever been. And I think people, by and large, have a really hard time trusting other people, and, people are starting to find out that they've been lied to so much for, who knows how long, that now you can't trust a major source that you were supposed to put your trust in, right? You can't watch the news anymore. You can't listen to some of these influencers anymore. You can't, you definitely don't trust anybody in Hollyweird anymore. I think it's a huge problem, and I think the only way to solve that is that even if we can't just completely put our phones away, get rid of them, get a flip phone, or just get a home phone, not even have a cell phone on you when you're out, just have a landline at home, so that you don't even have you don't even have the that you don't even have the you can't even call somebody, so now you can focus on other things. Temptation, that's right. I don't know why I had a hard time with that. You don't even have the temptation to call somebody. You can just focus on what you need to do. And, you can just go out and talk to people. You can form relationships. I think we should just get rid of these phones. But I think right now it's wishful thinking. I don't know. I mean, I keep hearing about Gen Z, who is, the first digital generation to ever exist. I keep hearing that they're ditching their smartphones for flip phones, or for, just regular Nokia cell phones. I don't know how much of that is true, because, I see some of these high school kids out, they're not talking to anybody, they're not communicating, they're just glued to their phones like this. And it's not just that generation, it's everybody right now. I do Uber and Lyft for a living, and, I see people in the back of my car, more times than not, they're on their phone, albeit, there's not really another way that you can get an Uber or Lyft. You have to have your phone, or you have to have like some kind of tablet. but you know, most people are just on their phone. They're not reading a book, you know, they're not writing in their journal. They're not looking outside the window to, you know, look at the mountains, look at the blue sky. You know, I've even seen it where, you know, I've had couples that, you know, that don't talk to each other. They're just, both of them are just looking at their phone. They're not even paying attention to each other. So I think right now the best thing that we can do is find ways that we can not ditch our phones altogether, because again, that's not very realistic right now. But I think finding ways that we can, you know, limit screen time. You know, like reading a book. You know, maybe putting the phone away for a couple hours. Maybe leaving it at home and just going outside and just you know, getting some fresh air, talking to people. You know, I'm not saying that those are, you know, the one size fits all solutions, but I think it'll definitely help. And I think it's something that we definitely need to get back to as a society. So anyway, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope it made sense. I hope it brought value. And if it did, share it with your friends and your family. And like always, I hope that you have a great rest of your day. I hope that, you know, I wish you well on your life journey, because I think I definitely think that this technology has made it a lot harder for people to really live their lives in a way that's authentic, in a way that's healthy, in a way, you know, where most people can, you know, be really truly happy with themselves. So anyway, guys, have a great day. I love you. I will talk to you again soon.